My name is Dipti. I am a home health manager with Providence Home Health West. I grew up in India with the other person on the interview today, Gauri, in the same apartment complex in Bombay, which is now known as Mumbai for many years. Most of my memories of Diwali are actually spend my holidays with my grandma at a different location, still in Mumbai.
Namaste, everybody. My name is Gauri Joshi. I grew up in the same apartment complex as Dipti in Mumbai. It was a very big surprise to find that she lived in Oregon. She lived very close. I found her because she posted photos of her garden in Beaverton, and I was like, that's Beaverton. It looks like it's like 20 minutes away, and it is really 20 minutes away. But we reconnected, and I'm very happy that we did. We have a lot of good memories from Diwali in our childhood.
And so to me, Diwali was, okay, like grandma's going to make all these yummy things. And one of the favorite ones was chakli. To eat that was like homemade, home cooked. And then what is called rangoli, to draw it every morning or make it every morning. It was almost like a competition at sometimes, like, oh, look at theirs and look at theirs. So let's make ours even bigger or try a different color combination. So that was very exciting. And in the evenings to put on firecrackers, and my grandma used to sit and just toss them out of her hands, which was, I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing?
She's right about the rangoli part, because for one, it was a 4-story apartment that we lived, and so there were 2 houses on each side, and so we had a little common foyer space. If you walked up to any of those and you climbed up the stairs to the 4th floor, you would still see one rangoli, which is like a colorful pattern, on the floor in front of each door. That was like the thing in Diwali, and it was amazing how competitive people could get. That is true. The other thing where we grew up, lights was a big deal. Sometimes there were apartment complexes next to us where they would actually string lights for the whole 4-story building, and it was like, oh my goodness, that's a lot of light. But it was very pretty. Dipti's house was right next to mine, so we shared like a common wall. Her home would always have this lantern for Diwali. I used to always admire those because every year it was a different thing. So one year it was a beautiful conch shell pattern.
Yeah, that my sister had made.
Yes, I went up to her house and asked her, where did you get that? And her mom told me, oh, she made this one. And I was like, you can make that? So you make it with little strips of thermocol, and you twist them, and then you put a little light bulb in the center. It was amazing. And then it would be decorated with little glittery beads and everything. My home, I would light up with string lights. My biggest memory is that once the lights went up for Diwali, they would not come down till New Year's. It was a celebration time. And I feel the same thing here, because once people put up Christmas lights, they don't come down till maybe end of January.
I do that here, actually. I put them
do?
up around Halloween time or like Navratri time, which is happening as we speak. I haven't done it this year yet, but I will in October usually, and then I'll just leave them on through January, little after Christmas.
Diwali's on the corner. Oh, we got to get lights up, and we got to, keep them on. And everybody would have a lantern. There'd be firecrackers. We had a common play area. Thankfully, it was tiled, and we could burst crackers. And yes, it was fun because everybody would bring their stock. Sometimes you had a healthy sort of competition, who has the most firecrackers, and we would do that for sundown all the way through 11, and you could keep hearing the firecrackers going boom. And July 4th here is the same feeling. I'm like, oh, I miss Diwali so much. I miss hanging out with my friends. I think one other thing you probably didn't do that much was the New Year tour. Okay, so Diwali has 5 days, right? So Dhanteras was the 13th day before the new moon, and then 14th day was Narak Chaturdashi, and then Diwali. And the first day after that is Pratipada, which is the first day after new moon. It was a tradition. It's celebrated as the Gujarati New Year, and they call it Sal Mubarak, which is very funny because in Gujarati, neither of those words exist. But they just say Sal Mubarak, which is Happy New Year. The whole gang of little kids, from age 4 to age 12, we would just make like a big, huge gang and just go to each house and wish everybody Happy New Year. And guess what? Everybody would invite us in. We would get juice and candy and sweets. Everybody would be happy that the kids came. One of the days of Diwali is called Govardhan Puja, which is the first day after the New Year. This falls on Saturday, November 5, by the way. It's where Krishna saved his entire village. Again, he's a famous personality. He's, Superman. So he lifted the entire mountain on his little finger like that. And everybody crowded around him. And they were saved from a big thunderstorm and, lots of rain and flooding and everything. And that was the Lord of Thunder, Indra, just trying to show his pride for 7 days, the mountain was up, everybody was safe, and nobody was hurt. That day celebrated as Govardhan Puja. Sometimes it coincides with the New Year that I was talking about earlier, going to people's house and saying Happy New Year. A good person takes down somebody's pride and says, don't be proud, don't be arrogant. And that's that story. So
this is chakli.
What?
This is shankarpa.
Right.
This is shave. This is chuda, and these are laddus. They're not the ones that are made in Diwali. They're just different laddus, just so you get an idea of what kind of things we eat and we miss.
Here is a picture of my son with fireworks. And this was his first Diwali. So we taught him the little Diwali poem, Din Din Diwali, Garmashi Ovari. And he was just repeating the whole thing for all 3 days total. And this is a picture of Dipti. She visited us during Diwali. And I think this was Sharanya. This is my daughter. This is Sharanya's first Bhai Dooj. So these are Dipti's twins. I think we need to do a little bit more to spread the word and share that it's just hope in dark times, and that's what it means to me. And the gifts from the brothers. That counts. That counts a lot.